Okay, so here by popular demand is the venerable BiLock. Now this is a lock that's been requested a couple times, and I was actually planning on buying one this month, but lo and behold, my friend Joshua reached out and offered to loan me his, which was really awesome of him. So thank you, Joshua, very much, and also for the other goodies you tossed in there. I'll make sure when this goes back to you, there's some fun stuff for you as well. Okay, so what is this lock? It is essentially a 12-pin driverless cam. Very similar, in fact, to the Medico driverless cams in that you have a sidebar that has pegs protruding off the side of it, and those settle into round holes that are drilled into the side of the pins. Now, these pins have false gates and true gates, so there's a deeper hole and a shallower hole. And again, there are 12 of them. So what it is a matter of lifting each of these to the right height, out of false gates and into true ones. And those of you who heard me talk about the jiggle test. Jiggle test works great on this lock. It's a really great way for telling whether or not you've got your peg of your sidebar stuck in a false gate or a true gate. Just tap on the pin. If it rattles, you know you need to you're done. If it doesn't rattle, if it feels bound up, then you know you need to work on it a bit more. So let's see. I think that's about it for this lock. We have the key has separate bitting on either side, and you can see there's some fairly low cuts there. Normally, low cuts aren't too much of a problem. I'm kind of always saying bitting doesn't matter as much as I think a lot of people say it does. But on this one, it actually does make it a little bit trickier because there just isn't a lot of room down there. And so to that end, I found using a diamond worked pretty well. Basically, it was just high enough to not overset the lowest cut. All right, I think I've rambled enough about the BiLock. Let's go ahead and put this thing in a vise and see if we can get it picked. All right, let's see if we can't get into Josh's BiLock. Found a diamond works pretty well on this one. I haven't had occasion to use a diamond in a long time, but I found that I really like it on this lock. These guys are really no different whatsoever from any other false true gate test. Tap on the pins. If they rattle or jiggle, they're set. If they don't, they need work. If they feel stiff, they need to be worked on. Maybe done with that side. One thing I found on these locks, the very low cuts are kind of hard to get under, but if you take your pick and just sneak around them, you can kind of do it that way. It's helped me out anyway. Just about there, I think. There it is. Okay. BiLock picked open. Looks like a little over 3 minutes. Okay, let's give it a gutting. So I've partially taken this lock apart just so kind of I knew what I was getting myself into, but there is a little cap strip on it that I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to get off. So we're in this together. Need to find my little screwdriver. Okay. All right, let's, it doesn't really matter. I'll pull it out. Because there are no drivers in this lock. It's just a sidebar system. And as I let go of this, you'll hear all the pins reset. Oops. Oh, and thank God that spring didn't come out. Always so nervous gutting another person's lock. Josh, if I'd have lost your spring, I'd never forgive myself. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We'll do these 2 rows. And this is the part I'm not quite sure about. It seems like it's on loose, so maybe I can push it back. No, it runs into those threads. Since it's loose, maybe I can just pop it up. Oh, yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, don't damage it. Oh, shoot, I lost a spring. Okay, but I didn't damage this. So that's good. Okay. Springs. What can we see? All right. I'm always so nervous gutting another person's lock when I don't know what I'm doing in it. I just have this fear that I'm going to lose a part or damage the person's lock. And these BiLocks to replace it are pretty pricey. Josh was so kind to let me borrow it. Alright, just about there, on the springs anyway. 12 things. Okay, what are we going to do? Alright. So we're facing this way. All right, let's... Okay, the lock is gutted. Wow, there's a lot of parts. How am I going to keep everything in frame here? Okay. Let's get these guys positioned correctly so you can see the gates in it. All right. So let's take a look at the parts. We have our sidebars here, and those have little round pegs, and those little pegs correspond to little holes that are cut into the pins themselves. There are no drivers. Only these 12 sidebar pins, these round sidebar pins, settling into those round holes, operate the lock. There we can see in the core our sidebar cutouts and little holes through which those little pins go. And then obviously in the body we don't have anything particular. There's nothing there really to interact with except for those sidebar channels, just these little cutouts on the side. And finally, let's go in for a quick close-up of the pins. So starting at 1, here we can see false gates and true gates. And each of those pins has one false gate and one true gate, it looks like. And then again, the sidebars. You can see the little pegs. Little springs. So that's a BiLock. It's very similar to one of those Medico cam locks. Pretty cool design. Thank you very much, Josh, for loaning me your lock. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching.